Hello folks, Stathi here. I've got today's rant on the go, and it's all about people trying to tell me what to do when clearly they have no clue themselves. I follow very basic rules when it comes to dealing with people. It's really simple for me. Either you can do it the same as me, whatever it is, or you can do it better than me. But if you can't do it the same as me and be my equal, my peer, then shut up. If you can't do it better than me and be my teacher, shut up. I have no patience for people who will sit there and say, you can do this, you can't do that, you don't know what you're doing, when they have no clue how to do it. I'll give you an example. Talking about computers. I'm not a computer tech. I used to work on airplanes, as everybody knows. However, I have messed around with the computer. I've pulled all the components apart on a desktop computer. I've put them all back together. This is not a hard thing to do. Most people who like to tinker will figure it out. It's pretty straightforward. I also know a bit of the commands in the DOS setting when you go to your command program within your computer or whatever it is within your computer, your command window. And I can run a few command programs, renewing your IP address, that sort of thing, basic stuff. I don't know too much about it, and I can set up a basic network and whatnot. It's not that difficult. So when I have an individual who's not quite there in the head tell me, you guys don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't be messing with it, you're not experts and stuff like that, I have no patience for an individual who can't understand it and turn it on, telling me what to do. So I didn't say anything at the time. I let it go because I want to try and be the better man. But this is my way of venting and y'all get to hear it. So here it is. If you can't do it, whatever it is, the same as me or better than me, you got nothing. Don't say anything. Don't open your mouth. Don't even look at me sideways because I will wreck you. You don't have a clue what you're doing. If you don't have a clue what you're doing, don't even look at me. Go get some knowledge, come back, talk. I am totally open to it. Talk to me, let me know. I have no problem talking to you about the situation I've got going on if you've done it. If you can do it better, if you've gotten training, if you know something I don't know. I'm learning every day. And if I don't know something, believe me, I'll be the first to tell everybody I don't know that. Why? Because as an aircraft engineer, if you say you know when you don't, you can kill people. So I learned very early not to do that. So there's my basic rules. When it comes to stuff like that, unless you can do it the same as me or better, shut up. I don't want to hear you. I have no time for you. Moving on, I put out a question on Facebook, and I did get an answer back from one of the people who do watch my rants, and I don't know that there's that many, but however, one of them did respond, and it's a rather tough question and a bit of a subject that's hard for me to deal with. However, I will try in a really short order because I don't want this to be too long. The question was, and thank you, Christy, the question was, how do you deal with long distance relationships, and specifically knowing that there's a set time frame from the time that you're going to be here to the time you're going to be there? How do you deal with the long distance relationship, and what coping mechanisms? How do you make the relationship grow when you're apart? How do you make it stronger? How do you make it so that when you get there, you still want the person? It's very difficult being here and talking to somebody on the phone. We see each other once in a while via pictures, via video, via whatever. We talk to each other all the time. I have gone and visit there. I really enjoy it there. I'm not going to tell you where because that's my private thing. Some people know, most don't. It is really, really difficult to keep a relationship going. I'm tired of waiting. I just want to go. She's tired of waiting for me. She just wants me there. We just want to move on with our lives, but it's a different country. There's a lot of paperwork involved, and even though the paperwork is in motion, it's still going to take months and months and months. So how do I get from this point to that point? Well, being there, being on the phone, talking about our daily activities, and discussing things. Don't be afraid to be the same person I am now as the same person I'm going to be when I'm down there. I think that's really important, because if you try and hide who you are, you're not going to be very welcome when you get down there and all of a sudden you're a different person. Also, if I try and make believe up here that there's something different up here than what's down there, like I'm a different person here, when I get down there I will be a different person. And although that might always be a fear, in reality the fact is I'm not going to act any different. I'm not going to be any different, or at least I'm not going to try and be any different. When I get down there, I was already down there once. It's very comfortable. The family, the extended family, the community, the Greek community down there is very, very comfortable for me to be around. So I want to be there. I want to be part of that family. I want to be part of that life, and I want to create a life around us. So the goal of going down there and making that life is what keeps me going. The daily communication, or we try to every day, and for the most part we get to do it. The daily communication is very, very important. Even if it's just to say hi and sit there and talk about nothing. Although most of the time we don't talk about nothing, there are quite a few times we even get into arguments once in a while about stuff that really, really doesn't matter. And although I love to argue, I think that shows that I'm comfortable being myself here, and when I get down there, it's no surprise if I start arguing with her. She's used to it already, so kind of softening the blow for her, and I hope she's doing the same thing for me, but we'll see. But to deal with the long distance, it's tiring. It's very tiring. However, the goal must be important, and the end of your waiting is like a light at the end of the tunnel that you must go towards. So every day I think about something that I need to do to move towards her. Move a box, organize my finances, check on my paperwork, something I try and do, even if it's a little thing, every day, one more thing that brings me one step closer to her, to that life. And so far I've been pretty good at it. There's some days that I just don't. Either I don't want to, or I'm too busy doing other things, or whatever. But if I just little by little, I guess it's like saving money for some big item that you want, little by little, every day, something, a little bit of something every day. And it seems to work. So let me know if you guys have ever had a long distance relationship, how you made it work, or what problems you came up with, and I would love to hear it in the comments below. I'm really curious as to see what kind of coping mechanisms you guys came up with, and that's my rant today. I will talk to you later.